Good morning. I think we're live. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Thank you, Father. You took away my sin. I can't repay what you did. I start to pray when I hear you say, "Oh, debts canceled." You took away my sin. I can't repay what you did. I start to praise when I hear you say, "Oh, debts canceled." To the broken hearted, to the ones in bondage. Here is the good news. Here to believe. Thank you, Jesus. We proclaim your favor, and we dance in freedom. Here is the good news. Here to believe. You took away my sin. I can't repay what you did. I start to pray when I hear you say, "Oh, there's cancel." You took away my sin. I can't repay what you did. I start to pray when I hear you say, "Oh, there's everlasting, everlasting joy forevermore, everlasting, everlasting joy forevermore.
Good morning, everybody. I'm behind this morning, but I think everything's working good so far. Morning, Mary. Morning, Teresa. Morning, Jace. Morning, Jackie.
Good morning.
Morning, Tammy. All right. My name's Chris. My wife Stacey is making some eggs over there. We read the Bible. Recap every morning, 7 o'clock. Saturdays at 9, Sundays at 8 p.m. So today is day 176, which means we're in 1 Kings chapter 15 and 2 Chronicles 13 and 14.
365 divided by 2.
Rise and shine and give God the glory. Yes. Our pup, Roxy the boxer, was 4 o'clock this morning, started barking and did not want to stop. So she and I are not on good terms right now. Is everything working okay? Is it cutting in and out, or is it working? Hey, D, you can go feed the pups, bud. No, just let them out. They just need to be fed. Okay, good. Okay. All right. Let's pray, and we will get started here. Bible open. Second. 1 Kings 15. We're almost already done with Kings. Moving along. All right, let's pray. Father, we thank you for today. Thank you for just life. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's amazing. But we know, Father, that you're in control, and we trust you with every part of life, all the good, all the hard, all the fun, all the everything. So we trust you. Father, we just pray that you just speak to us this morning. Help us to hear from you. Clear our minds, clear our hearts. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, sorry. All right, 1 Kings, and babe, do you happen to know glasses? Oh, never mind. Here in the cup. There we go. Here we go. 1 Kings 15. Now in the 18th year of King Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, Abijam began to reign over Judah. He reigned for 3 years in Jerusalem. Excuse me. His mother's name was Micaiah, the daughter of Absalom, and he walked in all the sins that his father did before him, and his heart was not wholly true to the Lord his God, as the heart of David his father. Nevertheless, for David's sake, the Lord is God. For David's sake, the Lord his God gave him a lamp in Jerusalem, setting up his son after him, and establishing Jerusalem, because David did what was right in the eyes of the Lord and did not turn aside from anything that he commanded him all the days of his life, except in the matter of Uriah the Hittite. It's interesting they don't mention Bathsheba is not mentioned, just the fact that he killed her husband. Now had him killed. Now there was war between Rehoboam and Jeroboam all the days of his life. The rest of the acts of Abijam and all that he did are they not written in the book of Chronicles of the kings of Judah? And there was war between Abijam and Jeroboam. And Abijam, I don't know if I'm saying that right, slept with his fathers, and they buried him in the city of David. And Asa, his son, reigned in his place. Asa reigns in Judah. Sorry. In the 20th year of Jeroboam, king of Israel, Asa began to reign over Judah. And he reigned 41 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name was, I thought I just read this, Maacah, the daughter of Absalom. And Asa did what was right in the eyes of the Lord, as David his father had done. He put away the male cult prostitutes out of the land and removed all the idols that his father had made. He also removed Maacah, I don't know if I'm saying that right, his mother from being queen mother, because she had made an abominable image of Asherah. And Asa cut down her image and burned it at the brook Kidron. But the high places were not taken away. Nevertheless, the heart of Asa was wholly true to the Lord all his days. And he brought into the house of the Lord and sacrificed the gifts. He brought into the house of the Lord the sacred gifts of his father and his own sacred gifts, silver and gold and vessels. Do you want me to scoot over? Sorry, we're making an adjustment. I thought you said you want me to scoot over.
Just the chair. I can.
Sorry, just a
Don't
second.
have anywhere to be.
Sorry. All right. Verse 16. And there was war between Asa and Baasha, king of Israel, all their days. Baasha, king of Israel, went up against Judah and built Ramah, that he might permit no one to go out or come in to Asa, king of Judah. Then Asa took all the silver and the gold that were left in the treasures of the house of the Lord and the treasures of the king's house, and gave them into the hands of his servants. Sorry, I was just trying to get it out of your way. And King Asa sent them to Ben-Hadad, the son of Tabrimon, the son of Hazion, king of Syria, who lived in Damascus, saying, wow. Let there be a covenant between me and you, as there was between my father and your father. Behold, I am sending to you a present of silver and gold. Go break your covenant with Baasha, king of Israel, that he may withdraw from me. And Ben-Hadad listened to King Asa and sent the commanders of his armies against the city of Israel and conquered Lejan Dan.
Did you say Lil John?
Little John. That's what it looks like. Diesel. Dan, Lejan Dan, Abel Beth Micah, and all Shinneroth, with all the land of Naphtali. And when Baasha heard of it, he stopped building Ramah, and he lived in Tirzah. The king Asa made a proclamation to all Judah. None was exempt, and they carried away the stones of Ramah and its timber, with which Baasha had been building, and with them, King Asa built Geba of Benjamin and Mizpah. Now the rest of all the acts of Asa, all his might, and all that he did, and the cities that he built, are they not written in the book of Chronicles of the king of Judah? But in his old age he was diseased in his feet, and Asa slept with his fathers, and was buried with his fathers in the city of David his father. And Jehoshaphat his son reigned in his place. Nadab reigns in Israel. Nadab the son of Jeroboam began to reign over Israel in the second year of Asa king of Judah, and he reigned over Israel 2 years. He did what was evil in the sight of the Lord, and walked in the way of his father, and in his sin which he made Israel to sin. Baasha, the son of Asa of the house of Issachar, conspired against him, and Baasha struck him down at Gibbethon, which belonged to the Philistines, for Nadab and all Israel were laying siege to Gibbethon. So Baasha killed him in the 3rd year of Asa king of Judah, and reigned in his place. And as soon as he was king, he killed all the house of Jeroboam. He left the house of Jeroboam not one that breathed, until he destroyed it, according to the word of the Lord that spoke by his servant Ahijah the Shilonite. It was for the sins of Jeroboam that he sinned, and that he made Israel to sin, and because of the anger to which he provoked the Lord, the God of Israel. Now the rest of the acts of Nadab and all that he did, are they not written in the book of Chronicles of the king of Israel? And there was war between Asa and Baasha, king of Israel, all their days. Baasha reigns in Israel. In the 3rd year of Asa, king of Judah, Baasha, the son of Ahijah, began to reign over all Israel at Tirzah, and he reigned 24 years. He did what was evil in the sight of the Lord, and walked in the way of Jeroboam, and in his sin which he made Israel to sin. Man, pretty much every king has been pretty bad. Second Chronicles 13.
13, 14, 15, and 16.
Oh. I don't know why I said 13, 14. Okay.
Are you hungry? You want this?
Okay. What is it?
Let me show you the best breakfast. Is it still blurry? Look at this.
It looks a little blurry.
English muffin, eggs, Swiss cheese, salt, and pepper. It is. Hold on.
But it's working, so I wouldn't mess with the whole lot. Oh.
I know you wouldn't. I know it. Just going to shut a couple things.
Thank you.
Like the camera is smudged. I used my sweatshirt. Now you see him, now you don't. Now you see him, now you don't. It's good. That was awful. It is blurry. Is it connected to this or you? Magpie.
Sorry. This is all. I'll take this off.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, guys. Man, y'all are some troopers. You deserve a reward. That's what I say. And I am going to think about how to reward you for your faithfulness. Mhm. You're welcome for making me breakfast.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll take it back.
Huh?
I'll take it back.
Because I said you're welcome? I didn't say it a while ago.
Oh, I thought you were being sarcastic.
Well, that too. Abijah reigns in Judah. In the 18th year of King Jeroboam, Abijah began to reign over Judah. He reigned for 3 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name was Micaiah, the daughter of Uriel of Gibeah. Now, there was war between Abijah and Jeroboam. Abijah went out to battle, having an army of valiant men of war, 400,000 chosen men. And Jeroboam,
You're on the table. You're on this cake.
sorry, drew up his line of battle against him with 800,000 chosen mighty warriors. Then Abijah stood up on Mount Zemaraim, that is in the hill country of Ephraim, and said, "Hear me, O Jeroboam, and all Israel. Ought you not to know that the Lord God of Israel gave the kingship over Israel forever to David and his sons by a covenant of salt? Yet Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, a servant of Solomon, the son of David, rose up and rebelled against his Lord. And certain worthless scoundrels gathered about him and defied Rehoboam, the son of Solomon. When Rehoboam was young and irresolute and could not withstand them, and now you think to withstand the kingdom of the Lord in the hand of the sons of David, because you are a great multitude and have with you the golden calves that Jeroboam made you for gods. Have you not driven out the priests of the Lord, the sons of Aaron, and the Levites, and made priests for yourselves like the peoples of other lands? Whoever comes for ordination with a young bull of 7 rams becomes a priest of what are not gods. But as for us, the Lord is our God, and we have not forsaken him. We have priests ministering to the Lord who are sons of Aaron, and Levites for their service. They offer to the Lord every morning and every evening burnt offerings and incense. God bless you. God bless you. Today, baby, of sweet spices, set out the showbread on the table of pure gold, and care for the gold lampstand, that its lamps may burn every evening. For we keep the charge of the Lord our God, but you have forsaken him. Behold, God is with us at our head, and his priests with their battle trumpets to sound the call to battle against you. O sons of Israel, do not fight against the Lord, the God of your fathers, for you cannot succeed. Jeroboam had sent an ambush around to come upon them from behind. Thus his troops were in front of Judah, and the ambush was behind them. And when Judah looked, behold, the battle was in front of and behind them. And they cried to the Lord, and the priests blew the trumpets. Then the men of Judah raised the battle shout. And when the men of Judah shouted, God defeated Jeroboam and all Israel before Abijah and Judah. The men of Israel fled before Judah, and God gave them into their hand. Abijah and his people struck them with great force, so they fell slain of Israel, 500,000 chosen men. Thus the men of Israel were subdued at that time, and the men of Judah prevailed. because they relied on the Lord, the God of their fathers. And Abijah pursued Jeroboam and took cities from him, Bethel with its villages, and Jeshanah with its villages, and Ephron with its villages. Jeroboam did not recover his power in the days of Abijah. And the Lord struck him down, and he died. But Abijah grew mighty, and he took 14 wives and had 22 sons and 16 daughters. The rest of the acts of Abijah, his ways and his sayings, are written in the story of the prophet Iddo. Do you know what kind of gnat this is?
Annoying.
I'm going to do 14. And you can do 15, 16. Oops. Asa reigns in Judah. Abijah slept with his fathers, and they buried him in the city of David. And Asa his son reigned in his place. In his days, the land had rest for 10 years. And Asa did what was good and right in the eyes of the Lord his God. He took away the foreign altars and the high places, and Asa did what was good and right in the eyes of the Lord his God. He took away the foreign altars and the high places and broke down the pillars and cut down the Asherim and commanded Judah to seek the Lord, the God of their fathers, and to keep the law and the commandment. He also took out of all the cities of Judah the high places and the incense altars, and the kingdom had rest under him. He built fortified cities in Judah, for the land had rest. He had no war in those years, for the Lord gave him peace. And he said to Judah, let us build these cities and surround them with walls and towers, gates and bars. The land is still ours, because we have sought the Lord our God. We have sought him because we have sought the Lord our God. We have sought him, and he has given us peace on every side. That's the line for me. We have sought him, and he has given us peace on every side. So they built and prospered. And Asa had an army of 300,000 from Judah, armed with large shields and spears, and 280,000 men from Benjamin that carried shields and drew bows. All these were mighty men of valor. Zerah the Ethiopian came out against them with an army of 1,000,000 men and 300 chariots, and came as far as Mareshah. And Asa went out to meet him, and they drew up their lines of battle in the valley of Zephathah at Mareshah. And Asa cried to the Lord his God, O God, there is none like you to help between the mighty and the weak. Help us, O Lord our God, for we rely on you. And in your name we have come against this multitude. Lord, you are our God. Let not man prevail against you. So the Lord defeated the Ethiopians before Asa and before Judah, and the Ethiopians fled. Asa and the people who were with him pursued them as far as Gerar, and the Ethiopians fell until none remained alive, for they were broken before the Lord and his army. The men of Judah carried away very much spoil, and they attacked all the cities around Gerar, for the fear of the Lord was upon them. They plundered all the cities, for there was much plunder in them. And they struck down the tents of those who had livestock, and carried away sheep in abundance and camels. Then they returned to Jerusalem. Yeah, that's right.
All right, chapter 15. Asa's religious reforms. The Spirit of God came upon Azariah, the son of Oded, and he went out to meet Asa and said to him, Hear me, Asa, and all Judah and Benjamin. The Lord is with you while you are with him. If you seek him, he will be found by you. But if you forsake him, he will forsake you. For a long time, Israel was without the true God, and without a teaching priest, and without law. But when in their distress they turned to the Lord, the God of Israel, and sought him, he was found by them. In those times there was no peace to him who went out or to him who came in, for great disturbances afflicted all the inhabitants of the lands. They were broken in pieces. Nation was crushed by nation and city by city, for God troubled them with every sort of distress. But you take courage. Do not let your hands be weak, for your work shall be rewarded. As soon as Asa heard these words, the prophecy of Azariah, the son of Odeb, he took courage and put away the detestable idols from all the land of Judah and Benjamin and from the cities that he had taken in the hill country of Ephraim. And he repaired the altar of the Lord that was in front of the vestibule of the house of the Lord. And he gathered all Judah and Benjamin and those from Ephraim, Manasseh, Simeon, who were residing with them, for great numbers had deserted to him from Israel when they saw that the Lord is his God, was with him. They were gathered at Jerusalem in the 3rd month of the 15th year of the reign of Asa. They sacrificed to the Lord on that day from the spoil that they had brought 700 oxen and 7,000 sheep, and they entered into a covenant to seek the Lord, the God of their fathers, with all their soul, their heart, and with all their heart and with all their soul. But that whoever would not seek the Lord, the God of Israel, shall be put to death. Diesel. Sorry. Go.
Let Diesel outside, please. Hey, Dee, will you let Diesel outside, please?
Sorry, my dog is going crazy right now. I'm going to go back to verse 13. But that whoever would not seek the Lord, the God of Israel, should be put to death, whether young or old, man or woman. They swore an oath to the Lord with a loud voice and with shouting and with trumpets and with horns. And all Judah rejoiced over the oath. And they had sworn with all their heart and had sought him with their whole desire. And he was found by them, and the Lord gave them rest all around.
Say that whole line one more time.
And all Judah rejoiced over the oath, for they had sworn with all their heart and had sought with him with their whole desire. And he was found by them, and the Lord gave them rest all around. Can you please put that back in the box, please, so I don't get messed up? Even Micah, his father, even Micah. Is it Micah? Is that how you're saying that? Is it Micah?
However you want to, baby.
His mother, King Asa, removed from being queen mother because she had made a detestable image for Asherah. Asa cut down her image, crushed it, and burned it, and at the brook Kidron. But the high places were not taken out of Israel. Nevertheless, the heart of Asa was wholly true all his days, and he brought into the house of God the sacred gifts of his father, and his own sacred gifts, silver and gold and vessels. And there was no more war until the 35th year of the reign of Asa. It's, crazy how, the theme that we see, God's people follow him, God's with them, gives them strength, gives them power, gives them peace. God's people begin to reign that turn away from God, he steps away, and everything becomes a mess. And then as soon as there's someone that's willing to stand up and do, trust the Lord, follow the Lord, then God steps right in and takes care of them. Just there was something that said, the Lord is with you while you're with him. The Lord is with you while you are with him. If you seek him, he will be found by you. But if you forsake him, he will forsake you. So, I mean, just the power in that, the promise in that. I mean, it's just, and it's super simple. The Lord is with you while you're with him. I mean, it's just like, you trust him, he's got you. All right. Chapter 16, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Asa's last years. In the 36th year of the reign of Asa, Baasha, king of Israel, went up against Judah and built Ramah, that he might permit no one to go out or to come in to Asa, king of Judah. Then Asa took silver and gold from treasures of the house of the Lord and the king's house and sent them to Ben-Hadad, king of Syria, who lived in Damascus, saying, there is a covenant between me and you, as there was between my father and your father. Behold, I am sending you the silver and gold. Go break your covenant with Baasha, king of Israel, that he may withdraw from me. And Ben-Hadad listened to the king Asa and sent the commanders of his armies against the city of Israel. And they conquered Ijon, Dan, Abel, Meam, and all the store cities of Naphtali. And when Baasha heard of it, he stopped building Ramah, and let his work cease. And King Asa took all Judah, and they carried away the stones of Ramah and its timber, with which Baasha had been building, and with them he built Geb and Mizpah. At the time, Hananiah Shear came to Asa, king of Judah, and said to him, behold, you relied on the king of Syria, and did not rely on the Lord your God. The army of the king of Syria has escaped you. Were not the Ethiopians and the Libyans a huge army with very many chariots and horsemen? Yet because you relied on the Lord, he gave them into your hand. For the eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth, to give strong support to those whose heart is blameless toward him. You have done foolishness in this, for from now on you will have wars. Then Asa was angry with the seer, and he put him in the stocks in prison, for he was enraged with him because of this. And Asa inflicted cruelties upon some of the people at the same time. The acts of Asa from first to last are written in the book of Kings and of Judah of Israel. In the 39th year of his reign, Asa was diseased in his feet, and his disease became severe. Yet even in his disease, he did not seek. Yet even in his disease, he did not seek the Lord, but sought help from the physicians. And as Asa slept, with his father's dying in the 41st year of his reign, they buried him in the tomb that he had cut for himself in the city of David. They laid him on a bier that had been filled with various kinds of spices prepared by the perfumer's art, and they made a very great fire in his honor. So much, I guess we'll say the recap, but like he reigned for 30 something years, and like changed the kingdom, started following God, and then his last couple he turned away. And it became whenever the other king had rose against him to keep people from going in and going out. So then he makes a deal with the other king, And then it says in his last days, like he didn't trust the Lord. Like, my gosh. Am I reading that right? Is that? Oh,
What'd you say?
I-
And that he's
in this
in
last
the,
few,
in the
yeah.
end he
Well, he reigned for what, 39 years, something like that. And then this last couple, it's like he totally did not trust the Lord. And it all happened whenever the other king rose against him. Instead of going to God, it says he made a deal with the other king to go, he made a pact, he made a deal. And that's what when I was reading that, I was like, why didn't he just say, hey, God, just help me go do whatever I got to do? So I don't know. Maybe the recap will tell us.
I hope so. How you guys doing? Let's recap it. Well, that's very hard to read.
Shine a light on it.
Shine a light. Can you hold it in that hand over there? Yeah.
There we go.
Is that okay?
Yep.
Okay. King Rehoboam, the first king of southern Judah, dies and is replaced by his son Abijah, also known as Abijah. Abijah doesn't follow God, just like his dad. Meanwhile, King Jerry is still king in northern Israel, and these two obviously don't get along. King Jerry's people come out to attack King Abijah's people, and Abijah tells Jerry, "We know you're acting wickedly. We know all about your golden calves and your fake temple and your non-Levite priests. And if you attack us, it's bound to fail because it's an attack against God. Even though Abijah is also wicked, he's not wrong about this. In the battle, Abijah is outnumbered 2-1, but he and his army kill more than half of Jerry's army, Jeroboam, and take some of his land too. After Abijah dies, the next king of Judah is his son, Asa. Finally, we have a God-fearing man on the throne in the south. Asa gets a serious pep talk from a man named Azariah, who acts as the mouthpiece of God, the Spirit. After Azariah reminds him of his purpose as king and encourages him to be bold in making reforms. Asa does just that. He's not afraid to make things right in Judah, even if that means kicking family members out of their roles in the kingdom. He fires all the male cult prostitutes and tears down the idols. He makes rebellion against God punishable by death. He does leave some of the spots that are designated for idol worship intact, so he's not completely keeping others from worshiping idols, but as for his heart, he only worships Yahweh. One thing you may begin to notice is that the kings in southern Judah are always compared to whether or not they like David. They're like David. The standard. He set the standard for a good king. Meanwhile, in northern Israel, Jerry dies and they get a new king named Nadab. He's an evil king who only has a 2-year reign. He and his family are murdered by Baasha, who takes over the throne in northern Israel. He's an evil king too, but God uses him to fulfill the words of the prophet Ahijah in 1 Kings 14:14-16, when he foretold that Jerry's family would be killed after that massacre against his fellow northerners. Baasha devises a plan against Asa and southern Judah, which involves setting up a blockade on one of their major highways. Even though God has given Asa incredible military victories as the underdog, Asa decides to rely on his own plan for how to handle this. His decision seems logical and diplomatic and maybe even wise, especially since his army is likely outnumbered. But he doesn't seek God's counsel. He takes a bunch of valuable items out of storage and offers them to a neighboring king, asking him to attack Baasha and Israel instead. When Baasha realizes what's happening, he stops building the blockade. Then Asa takes all the supplies Baasha was using to build his blockade and uses them to build his own blockade against Baasha elsewhere. A prophet named Hanani comes to Asa and says, he may have gotten what he wants, but God isn't pleased. And the consequence of not trusting God for victory is that he'll have many enemies who will war against him. Asa doesn't receive correction well. He's furious. He imprisons Hanani and starts being cruel to others too. He's likely living in deep regret over his actions, but he can't see that he's only making things worse by letting his regret and anger rule him. He continues walking in autonomy, not seeking God, even when he comes down with a terrible disease that leads to his death. He seeks help from everyone but God. He rules Judah for a long time, long enough for 5 kings to come and go in the north. He started out wise, but dies arrogant and angry. Then his son Jehoshaphat takes over the throne in the south. Today's God shot. All right, guys, go ahead and drop where you see God in this right now. Anything that you see. Thanks. God the Spirit speaks through Azariah and says, if you seek him, he will be found by you. You're seeking him. You're at least 176 days into seeking him. Have you been finding him? What do you know about him that you didn't know 177 days ago? You're probably finding him in places you never thought possible. Places like Leviticus and Numbers and genealogies. Keep seeking him because you probably know him more today than you did yesterday, but not as much as you'll know him tomorrow. He's where the joy is. Amen.
What's your God shot?
You look nice. Can you nicely and kindly wake up your brother and tell him to get ready for us to go to the doctor?
And then what about that? Is your line something about that?
I'll be back. Thank you. Love you. Good morning.
Bye, love you. Good morning.
Hi.
Back.
Yeah, Jackie, I've brushed over this kind of stuff. I've never really. That's what it is.
Will you please feed Diesel? Please. He needs to eat. Whoa, try again. Try one more time.
Get back.
Yes, ma'am.
Call him over there, please.
Thank you, Dee.
Thanks, Steve. Just taking the time to, I've said this several times, but to read everything slowly and really grasp, like, this up and down of the people, the trust, the people doing, what's evil, and then seeing when finally, a family member turns to God and God shifts everything back to his favor. And in the midst of him reigning, trusting God for 35 years, 37, and he gets into an intense moment, a challenge, something that he's a little bit maybe afraid of, instead of like he had done several times that we just read, cries out to God and asks God for help when he goes against an army that was twice his size, and they take him out, and then yet here this happens, and he tries to make a pact, and then I don't know, it just blows my mind, which I know we do the same thing. We do things. I just was like, goodness, like for that long you've been seeing God change it. He changed the whole, group of people, like, because that place was a mess for a long time, and then Asa comes in and trusts God, and God changes everything. And then I don't know. So it's just, you see it, and there's a part of me that like it's heartbreaking, like to see how this guy trusts God that much and watch the shift and watch God do some cool things, and then he turned right around and then he just instead of crying back out to God, he takes it in his own hands, which guilty. I mean, I've done it, and we'll probably do it again. So good stuff, good words.
And the daily 3.
Babe, just simmer down.
Hold on, baby.
I mean, we do not have a lot of time, but anybody else have a comment on it?
I just feel the same way that Jackie does. I just think I felt that just you know more about him today than you did yesterday. But not as much as you'll know him tomorrow. It excites me that where we are right now isn't it for the intimacy and the knowledge and the wisdom of our Father. That's because it feels fullness right now, you know, not like capacity, not like, you know, it just feels full.
Yeah.
And that excites me.
It's good. In the beginning when I was reading it, talks, we keep seeing that also the reoccurring theme of David, how everything's compared to David's heart. And we all know David wasn't perfect. But everything goes back to David because of his heart and how he trusted the Lord, and he reigned, how he trusted the Lord in what he did. And it did mention there in the very beginning, except his one flaw, the one thing it pulls out is when he, had the situation with the Uriah. So, like to have that kind of legacy, David's legacy for generations, like everything kept comparing back to David, his heart and how he reigned as king. So that just a tremendous legacy, even though he wasn't perfect. And I think sometimes that's what we put in our minds, that you have to be perfect. But he wasn't perfect, but his heart was for the Lord, and he trusted the Lord until the day he died. So I just thought,
You ready?
I thought that was,
Eat in the face.
I think that's really cool to see.
Get Diesel out, please.
No, he said he didn't.
Diesel, stop.
Mom, he said he.
That doesn't mean that you.
Diesel.
Gets to not eat it.
Sorry. Get back.
Go sit down.
Hey, go let him back outside.
Out.
Is there water over there, actually?
Stop.
Maybe he wants water.
Maybe he's thirsty.
Yeah.
See if he wants water.
Because did he eat?
I don't think he can. Hello, I haven't taken care of water.
It's true.
What is that?
I'm gonna reward you.
Just
All right.
not going to punish you for 5 o'clock in the morning coming in there.
We just need to have some systems. That's all. Thank you guys for being here this morning and every morning. We are heading out. We're taking D to his very first allergy appointment, which is going to change our lives. And Isaiah has one on Thursday. I have a new chiropractor starting today, and he's a Christian, and that is at 2 today. So good things. What are you excited about? Oh, go ahead.
The daily 3. What are you excited about today? On this lovely today, and how can you show God's extraordinary love? Well, me personally, I'm excited about setting up things in our room and other things like bunk beds and a TV.
Mm-hmm. Just threw that in there, did you?
Slid the TV in.
And
Because of the work that you've done today, I can promise you the answer is yes. We're going to make sure that happens today. It's easy. You did a lot of work for us this morning. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, and my no play is not saying yes ma'am because I've been doing it like all morning and I don't want to stop. And my extraordinary love is Dad and Mom because they're gonna set up our TV and hopefully our bunk beds and our
So the bunk beds got slid to the side a little bit. Hopefully, but we want TV. Say something.
I want you to
Oh.
come over here and be involved.
All
I
right.
would love to hear what you have to say.
I gotta go get ready
He's
myself.
coming over to say.
Oh, okay.
get the
Can
pup.
you share?
Yeah, I know. I was
Oh,
about
you
to.
were? I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. Sorry.
I'm excited about getting this boy allergy stuff figured out for him. Because he wakes up every morning, sneezes about 87 times. So that will be good for him. No plays, just not getting stuff done here. Just every day. What was the thing we talked about the other day? Just every day make progress.
Baby, please don't interrupt. He's saying something to me. You know how to get my attention.
Scoot over, D.
D, how can I see your brother if you are standing in the whole middle? Scoot over.
There you go.
Do something every day to move Magnify forward.
So just that.
I think that's what it was. We need to check it because I want to use that.
Don't pull on the chair, please.
I want to use that.
And then extraordinary love goes to my son.
Yes,
It's my son. To my
Yes.
son, to Marion.
for doing a lot. Last 2 days, taking the dogs out in the morning. Huge. Very good.
And Diesel this morning too. I'm
Okay.
excited about looking at dirt bikes. And what gets no play is not being disrespectful, and my extraordinary love is I want to say dirt bike.
No. How about you do something extra kind for Jace today?
Okay.
Let's think about that. Sound
My
good?
extraordinary love is Dad.
Well, there you go. Good idea. I said what I was excited about, the allergy thing and the chiropractor. And today is a day where we are moving the needle forward. There is going to be significant progress today.
TV.
We have a lot to do. So I'm very excited. But what gets no play is
It's good.
not
Teresa.
planning. Not planning. And extraordinary love goes to D. He's done a lot the last 2 mornings for us, and he really tries to love us and to please us. And so I'm gonna get him a therapist. I really am, but that's not the extraordinary love. Excited tuition reversal. Yay! Resentment and bitterness. Love goes to me. My soul needs it. Congratulations, Teresa. No plays. I am unoffendable and unirritable, unstoppable. And because of that,
You
yay!
What?
Wait. Remind me what was her degree?
Huh?
What was her degree? Do you remember?
Who?
Are you paying attention?
You talking about Jackie or Teresa?
Okay.
Teresa? I mean, you were just reading, and then you said what was her degree. There's 5, 7
I
women
just
on
read what Teresa,
Oh,
she got her
okay.
tuition approved.
Oh.
Hello, business, because the
Ooh,
company will pay for it. Gotcha.
What?
Business.
Hey, Teresa, you want to come the weekend of October 21st
That's my
And help.
birthday.
and be a part of Go Get Her Camp? Hey, Jackie, want to come here October 21st weekend and be a part of Go Get Her Camp? Who else is on here?
Teresa, Tammy was.
Hey, Tammy.
Mary was.
Mary
I
knows.
assume they still are on.
Y'all go get her Camp Experience 2023 is about to go down. And I know some of you are from out of state. So if you are from out of state and you are Bible recap, you get a special. Okay. You just contact me directly. And whether you would like to be on the team or simply participate, I would love to have, especially you ladies.
Yes, sir.
And then what else was I gonna say?
If you're married and you're close,
No.
I mean, you don't have to be close, I guess.
No, people can be driving in for your stuff, baby.
We're having our Legacy Men's October 13th and 14th. If you've been in the morning, whenever I do the worship, if you're on, lately I've been playing Stephen how you say it? McWhorter?
Baby.
I was trying.
Worder.
McWhorter.
Say it like word,
Word.
but put a T.
Worder.
Yeah.
Okay. The guy's phenomenal, and he's coming to lead worship that weekend.
Listen, go to Spotify and binge this man's music immediately. I'll drop it in the Bible in the group. Teresa, the Legacy Men's Camp is the weekend before us, so I suggest you come separately. But if you want to bring your man for the weekend, he can help Chris in the background of doing all the camp things with us because we need a background team. Can you say something to them? Say you love them. Say goodbye. Say have a good day.
Sorry, I have to go take a phone call. Sorry. Have a great day. He's where the joy is. And bless somebody today with your smile.
Amen. Amen. I'm telling you, if you have a man, start praying and do everything in your power to get him here the weekend of October 14th. Tell me that you hear. Do you hear me? Tell me that you hear me. I hear you. If you know anyone that has a man, please spread the word. I want the women to come to go get her. I truly do. But I believe the women who hear about go get her will make an informed decision. I believe that God will stir their hearts and that they know. We women know. We know the power of getting away. We know the power of getting time to. We know. Men, they don't even know. Most of them don't even know the power of an hour with another man in a safe space that can be vulnerable and healing and encouraging and playful and all of those things. And and if you see anything about it, any of these things, please help share those things.
Who's Matt?
Her husband. All right, guys, we heading out. We got to get this boy to his appointment.
Wait.
Ready?
Matt, our real estate agent?
No.
Oh. 1, 2, 3.
He's where the joy is.
Thank you for watching.
It's coming, Teresa. 2024.
What's coming?
Marriage, Magnify Marriage Intensive. 1000% it's coming.
Thank you for watching. You did so good today, and you were such a good person. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe.